Hello everyone. Hey, it's been a long time since we've had a video, and there's reasons for that. And the main reason, if you followed our last couple videos, we sold our van and we've moved to Mexico, and we will be doing videos periodically about that, including the horrific move down here, which was quite an adventure. So stay tuned for that video. But I wanted to cover a couple topics. This topic, I want to talk about work camping and our experiences and how I think you all might benefit from that. And then the next video I'd like to kind of put together as our Bible on van life, do's and don'ts. It may be a long video, maybe 2 parts, I'm not sure, but it's going to give you kind of the highlights or the most important things that we feel as a takeaway from our adventures that hopefully would benefit you. Okay, so first of all, this video is about work camping. Now, as a disclaimer and to narrow it down, we live in a van, and so the work camping we did is going to be based on our experiences while living in a van. And I'll get to that in a little bit here. But first of all, we didn't work camp for a couple years. We were fine, but we decided since we wanted to move to Mexico, we wanted to get enough cash to do that. And so what we did was we found a website called workamper.org or .com. I'll put it up here, and if it's not up here, look down below in the links. It's really a great company. What it is that you pay, well, the first 30 days are free, so it doesn't hurt to give it a try. After that, it's, I think, $47, which is a great investment considering our first job. We earned so much money as a result of being up on workamper.com. So, but if you have other resources you have, great. We're just letting you know this is really a good one and worth considering. And no, we are not being sponsored by them, nor are we getting a free subscription or any perk whatsoever. They don't even know we're doing this. So, and we don't need them anymore because we don't live in the United States. It's just giving you this information, hopefully to help you. Okay, so the cool thing about workamper.com is that when you put your resume up, it's not really about your past 40 years of work history as a ditch digger or a neurosurgeon or whatever you did. Nobody really cares about that. What people care about are they're looking to hire people with either previous experience or applicable skills. In other words, housekeeping, maintenance, restaurant, serving, things like that, which just about anyone can do. Now, we've got our best job, which I'll talk about first, with not having any skills in those. In other words, we had not done work camping before. But we did a really crackerjack resume, a nice one stating our skills. Marvy's a really good housekeeper, and I can do just about anything: bartend, serve, cook, run a store, maintenance, any of that stuff I can do to some degree or another. Anyway, I'm going to talk about 3 things. The first 3 experiences. The first one, A+, really good, lots of fun. Second one, kind of below. Out of 10, I would give it a 3. And then the last one, I would give it a -1. So you kind of see the whole gambit of what we've run. The first one, actually, we got a call from the owner of, and it's the only one I'm going to say the name of. It's Glen Echo Resort, and they're in Colorado. And they contacted us saying that it looked like our skills matched, and we did phone interviews with them back in January of some year. And 2021 or 2022, I don't know, time flies. Anyway, it's not the point. And then they contacted us and said they wanted us as soon as possible in the beginning of February because they had a lot of housekeeping that needed to be done. And so when we got there, it was about -10 at night. One rating said -15, but I'm not going to split hairs. Once you get below a certain degree, it's not relevant. But they were nice enough to let us stay in a place that was not in our van. And that was very nice of them for a couple of weeks till the cold snap went away. Marvy did housekeeping, and it's a beautiful place. It was pretty cold when we started, and she did all of the cabins and had to get them ready for the season after a long winter. And I actually worked in the bar. I ran the bar over the busy season. And when I wasn't doing that, I was either serving tables or I had worked in the store for a while also. Now, this place, the one requirement is that you have to work. And by that, they really do mean work. A lot of the people that came there just couldn't do it. They just quit. It was too hard for them. Not that it was beyond your physical capabilities, it's just that it was very busy and you were busy a lot. And when you're looking for a work camping job, you really have to pay attention to that. If your mentality or age or physical condition puts you in a situation where your idea of work camping is cleaning a few toilets and cleaning out a campsite and taking money and then spending the rest of the day in your rig, this is not the place to be because it's busy, hard work. That being said, though, it makes time fly. You meet a lot of people. And I have to say, the people that we met there were really wonderful. Not only the owners, but Deb, the manager, and her family, and all the workers there, and the work campers were we had a lot of fun together. It was a lot of fun. There were some tough things to do. I mean, there's positive and negative to everything, but overall, it was great. And what a pristine area. I mean, you're in the Colorado Rockies, very close to Rocky Mountain National Park. We did a lot of fishing, and it was beautiful fishing. We were at one campsite on our day off where we had moose about 20 meters away from us, and then bald eagles. So it was just a beautiful place to spend on your days off. Really a lot of fun. And then, like I said, the social aspect, which is really important when you're working really hard, to get along with people and enjoy yourselves. That's what we're trying to do, right? So overall, I think this place was a lot of fun and really great. But all things come to an end, and as the season ended, we needed to move on. And we found another place, and it was the name of it, or the end of the name of it, was at the lake. And it wasn't anywhere at the lake. There was no lake within probably a 20-minute drive. So that was kind of misleading, but it was kind of a place, a resort, a private resort where the owners, people buy into it like a timeshare idea. So the board of directors were in charge, and then there was management, and you always have that conflict going on. But when we got there, Marbury was going to clean cabins, and I did maintenance, and it was really hard work. I mean, rakingly. I mean, it was autumn, so we just had to do nothing almost every day but rake and rake and rake. And then when that wasn't doing it, we're doing chainsaws and cutting down tree limbs and decorating over Halloween and in a barn, and it just a lot of physical work. But the reason we left after about 5 weeks was that, no offense to some of you who we got along with, but the majority of people at this place, it was depressing. No one wanted to socialize. And I mean, people said verbatim, no, we don't like, we just want to keep to ourselves. We're here to have our own life. And generally that was the mentality, even including the management there. So it was just a very cold place to work. And it was getting to be winter time, and winter in that location, it was going to be 40 degrees and raining almost all the time. So Marvy and I made a decision just to pack up and leave. And we, before we did, we found another job, and this job was near Death Valley. Now we spoke to the owner, and the owner of this place built it up. It's really nice, rustic, but she was going to give us a mobile home or a trailer to live in. I'd run the kitchen and the restaurant, and Marvy would do the housekeeping. And so when we got down there, she wasn't even there. It was another guy and his wife, and they're the only two people. Not very friendly, not very helpful with training. The kitchen was filthy. Open bags of flour. There was meat when we got there in the refrigerator that was still there when we left, like 8 or 9 days later. The woman at one point was cooking breakfast, and she just shredded potatoes and put them on the grill without soaking them to get any of the starch out or anything. They didn't season any. It was just a horrible experience. And the main places people would stay would be in these teepees, and they were susceptible to dust storms and dirt, and in the desert, and they would get dirty. Well, Marvy's job was to clean them after the people leave, and they usually have like 2 double beds and lamps and stuff. And they basically told her she had 10 minutes to clean all the sheets, strip the beds, get the new linens, bring them over, make the new beds up, mop or clean and sweep the floors and the tables, make everything clean. I mean, at one point we asked the manager, like, could you show us how on earth someone's supposed to do that in 10 minutes? And he just changed the subject. So we just realized after about 5 or, oh, and they also didn't give me any hours. If it was dead, which it was, it's in the middle of nowhere, and it was run down, very ugly looking. I'd work maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours, and he'd say I'd take the next day off too. And the owner basically said, yeah, but you've got a free place to live. But we have a van, we have a free place to live. So we packed up one night, we're out of there about like 5:30 in the morning and never looked back. So that was pretty bad. So that would be it for the whole gambit of our experiences. There were three of them. One was great, but a lot of hard work, but we made good money at it. The second one was just cold, and I mean the physical work was pretty hard, so you got to pay attention to what they say. I mean, when the first place, Glen Echo, said you have to work hard, it meant busy. You're gonna be busy. The second one, boy, it was physically hard work. I mean, I just don't think at my age I could have sustained that much longer. And then the third one was they were just very misleading and dishonest. So that's kind of my advice. I would say if you're going to get into work camping, oh, one other thing, I noticed that we had about 90 hits on our site for people looking at our resumes on Workamper, and we got about 9 inquiries and offers. So maybe 1 out of 10 is not a bad thing, but I think the reason we didn't get more because we worked really hard, we've got a good resume, great pictures. I think it's because we had a van. And if you're in a van, you've got to remember and realize, especially if you're getting ready to start this, that you're going to be discriminated against a lot. I mean, forget about trying to find campsites, paid campgrounds. A lot of them turn you down if you don't have a bathroom in the van, or if it's an older van or whatever, or most of the time campsites are full now. But also I think it's the same thing. A lot of these resorts do not want to hire you unless you have a trailer or an RV with full hookups, because they have sites that are set up for that, and they don't always have facilities for a van. So that's just something you have to be aware of. So overall, I would say our experience work camping, great, really good, real fun. If we went back to the United States and were to do it again, we'd probably not have a van. We'd probably step up to a Class C or trailer, but we would do it. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh, the other one we did, of course, was Amazon. We lasted 1 night. Horrific. I think I have a video on that. You can scroll down and find that video on Amazon. And I think they changed. I don't even think they're having a work camp program anymore. So my whole point is they are vastly different from one job to the next. You never know till you pretty much get there what the situation is. So I would be prepared. I would be prepared to either have the time of your life, be open and adaptable, but when that little bell goes off and that little flag or the little guy sitting on your shoulder going like, time to pack up, get out, move on. You know, that's the great thing about our lifestyle. You know, they need us. These resorts need us. And the people like at the first place, Glen Echo, they realize that. They realize how valuable they are. They went out of their way a lot to do and appreciate. We went through 2 really nice prime rib appreciation dinners for us. So that was really great. I don't think that happens a lot. So take advantage of that. I think that's about it. I think I pretty much just wanted to share with you some of the positives and negatives, but I would say stick with ones that are good. Find a place where you can put your information out there and be willing to get going and work, and you'll make some good money. It's a good way to live this and supplement your income on this lifestyle. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and like I said, I think I'm going to come up with one more video as a retrospect, an overall view. So write your comments down below. Do you have any work camping experiences that are good or bad? Feel free to share them. You can put links in your comments. If you do have a comment, keep it constructive and positive, and I'll keep your post up, and everybody reads the post, so they would really appreciate your experiences too, because nobody's as smart as all of us. Okay, see you down the road.